Greetings, comrades. Welcome to All Power to the People podcast on Grown Folks Talking, Express Yourself Internet Radio via the Huddle Team app. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss local, national, and global events that impact the material conditions of the people and provide viable solutions. We are here to find those tired of the way their lives are socially constructed. As Panthers, we use dialectic materialism. As Dr. Huey P. Newton stated, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. From combating the housing crisis to police patrols, we are the vanguard in place to serve our communities. The purpose of this program is to highlight contradictions in the electoral process, which Western culture calls politics. Politics is the struggle for resources. Participating in America's electoral process has only taken resources from the people and handed it to the oligarchs and the professional managerial class that serve them by maintaining the status quo through coercion. We know that power lies with the people, and it is our duty to organize and educate the community so that they can fight for their own liberation. So please, join us every Sunday at 12 p.m. You can join by downloading the Huddle Team app, join online, or call in. The app and joining online is free, but if you call in,
Hey, yo, we live already. Relax.
They crashed into the Twin Towers.
But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? They didn't. Anybody? Hey, yo, what you were saying, Major?
I also know that they crashed into the woods.
Hold up, let Major speak. What'd you say, Major?
My teacher told me that there was hijackers on a plane, and then when they crashed in, left the plane, and there was more hijackers on the other plane, and they crashed into that.
But why did they crash into the Twin Towers?
Because they wanted to go to New York.
So they crashed into the Twin Towers to go to New York. They died to go to New York.
The hijackers wanted to go to New York, but they crashed into the Twin Towers.
Oh, they wanted to go land in New York, but they crashed in the Twin Towers. So anybody else got something to add? Archie, you got something to add?
I know.
What you want to add?
That the other planes got hit, got amjacked, and then they crashed into different places.
That's it?
Yeah.
So nobody can tell me why the planes crashed? Why the planes did that? Nobody can tell me? But don't you think the school should tell you why?
Yes. Yeah.
So like, if the school not telling you why, what does that mean?
They keep it.
I'm muted.
Wow.
Gatekeeping.
Whoa, where you get gatekeeping from, bro?
I said gates.
But where you learn that at?
What?
You say me? you
said
burnt
TikTok.
You burnt out, yo. You
What?
burnt out. Nah, but the reason why they crashed into the into the Twin Towers is because the American government, America was going to their country, taking their natural resources, stealing their stuff, killing their people. So they got mad, they stole a plane, and they came and crashed it on the World Trade Center to get back at America. That's why they did it.
Only me?
No, it wasn't one plane. I think it was 2 or 3. Was it? I think it was one. I think there was one in DC and there was one in Philly or something like that. That did.
Two inside the Twin
Yeah, huh?
So I basically got it right now.
There was
What
one
did-
inside the Twin Towers, and then another one tried to crash into the place that Trump lives in.
The Trump Tower?
My teacher told me.
There ain't no plane try to go to the Trump Tower. The White House?
The White House.
Did the plane try to go to the White House?
No, the Pentagon. I think that's
The plane, one went to the Pentagon. But
Something like that.
But these people be lying. The media be lying. The politicians be lying. So you never know what's true. But why they really did it, they said because America was going over to their countries and they were killing their people. They were taking their resources and they were putting military bases in their country. So that's why they did it. I mean, that's why they went over there and did it and stuff. They call that blowback. Like when you go to another country and you do stuff to them and then they come back over here and do something, like they call that blowback.
It's like get back.
Yeah, it's like get back.
They should have did more.
So imagine another country.
You said they should have did more?
They should have nuked them
then we gonna die. If they nuke us, we gonna die. I don't want to die.
What if we wasn't alive at that time?
But we gonna continue this later, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all. We gonna continue later.
This is our summer basketball camp. It's going on right now. Every day from 9 to 1. We have this basketball camp that that the kids come out. Yo, it's all about organizing and finding ways to bring people out, bring the children out to be able to organize them. I mean, when you doing these things to bring the children in, to bring the community in, yo, you got to be serious. You can't be playing around with this. Yo, like when the kids come here at the end of the summer, they're stronger, they're faster, they're quicker, and they know more about the game, about the sport than they did before. Yo, we watch their minds develop every day. While we're talking about Pantherism, what do we do? What are the solutions? Yo, there's solutions here. I mean, the solutions is organizing our own community, creating an economic base where we can be able to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves without having to bow down to somebody else, without having to beg somebody else for our humanity. Yo, I refuse to go beg anybody to give me humanity. I will take my humanity by force. I understand I am not free. We understand we are not free as Panthers. There's no doubt in our mind if we are free or not. And you cannot hold anybody that's under oppression, that's under neocolonialism, responsible for how their life turned out, because they control no institution. I mean, I often hear people say, like, the drug dealers, the worst thing in our community is drug dealers, because they're stupid. They're ignorant. They haven't educated themselves to understand the world around them. So they just open their mouth and regurgitate whatever they heard somebody else say. You're a fool. If you believe anything out here is your fault or our fault. Seriously. And I'm telling you, I work with the community all day and all night. And I know how ignorant the community can be. But I don't blame the people for the conditions they find themselves in. They have nothing to do with how anything is done materially in this world. They're just bystanders. The people that I hold accountable is those that know, the intellectuals. That's supposed to know better, but continue to usher our people into institutions of white supremacy, of imperialism, that will continue to